when you're pointing your glasses, what was that meaning? Is that gold or what is that?
Well, to be fair, you said it, not me, but look, I think they look pretty good today, and I was feeling myself a little bit.
But everything's going well with you?
Yeah.
What did you think about the race?
I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know what happened behind me, but I believe some people used a little bit too much energy in the wrong places.
In Tokyo, you had Timothy lead the whole thing. Do you think he'll do it again?
No.
Are you going to do it?
I think it's going to be a sprint finish.
Sprint finish, all right.
Jakob said he thinks it's to be a sprint finish.
Okay.
It's not going to be hard from the front. What do
Oh,
you
really?
think? Yeah.
I would say that's a bad decision for him if he saw today. I don't know. I think he might be saying that just to say it, but that's not going to make any difference the way that I'm going to prepare. I've been ready for this for years, so I'm excited to go out there and race on one of the fastest tracks I've ever raced on in my life, and let's put a show on for you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Josh. Ingebrigtsen's trying, he's closing, but he's looked over his shoulder. Jake Whiteman, with the performance of his lifetime, denies the Olympic champion the world crown.
A lot of the British focus was on Josh Kerr. Did it surprise you that Jake Whiteman was the guy who was leading coming into the home straight?
No.
You've raced him a lot over the years.
Yes, but I think what you see with Jake is when he's feeling good, he's very consistent. I think he's a more mature runner on the British team. Of course, with him performing this well this year, it's happy to see. He's a great guy.
Jakob Ingebrigtsen now coming past Nader's shoulder of Portugal. Crowd responding. He's such a popular figure in athletics. They need to get in the first six. Elliot Giles is going backwards quickly. Greffen just about hanging on. Ingebrigtsen's motioning to the crowd to give him more excitement. But there's the six. Ingebrigtsen, Josh Kerr, Hoka, Garcia.
Yeah, he's a showman. We've seen that a few times. I think it was in his 5,000 metre heat last year. He came out and did that. But I would be too worried that something could happen in the home straight. There's still potentially a chance could get clipped, could get an obstruction, someone falling in front. But yeah, he's a very, very confident man, and I'm sure he's going to have complete 100% assurance in his mind that he can go out and win on Wednesday night.
But I mean, it shows you the mark of his confidence. He was miles out of it with 300 to go.
Obviously, he's feeling good. He's enjoying himself out there like I am. And I was doing the same thing last year, and everyone was giving me shit. So I'm sure it'll be a glory story now. But I had a good time. He had a good time. The crowd had a good time. So what's there to complain about?
And Josh Kerr has done it. A Briton has downed the great Norwegian for the second straight year. It is one of the great British miling performances. Sebastian Coe, Steve Cram won the first world title in 1983, and Josh Kerr has done it 40 years later.
All credit to Kerr. He did a good race, but I feel a little bit unlucky for being in this position. Got a little bit dry throat in the warm-up in the semi-final. Escalated to being a sore throat in the evening and the next morning. Obviously not feeling 100%. So today was just not my day. So of course frustrating for it to be that way. But at the same time, I don't feel like I could have done much different. Kerr's doing a good race, and of course gets the deserved victory, all things considered. But of course I would have wished it to be a little bit different.
I do think it comes from a place of insecurity. I do, because I think he panicked a little bit in the semi-final. He was able to get to the front, and then at that point he knew he was going to make it and everything was fine. And I've done that before. Like, I've celebrated heats and semi-finals before when I was in my worst shape. And so I personally think something went wrong for him to do that. And I was like, okay, like, there's a chance. There's something going wrong in the Ingebrigtsen camp here that I think, if he's claiming, it was the sore throat stuff and all that, I mean, that might have been why. He's like, maybe he was feeling under the weather and he was like just excited to get through or whatever. But I was like, there's something going on.
And Jakob took over as expected, I would say. Again, something that we've seen him do many times is you're not going to lead necessarily from the first step, but to keep it honest, he takes over after able to.
And he didn't put in a hard lap. Like I don't know what this lap was, but yeah, 58.1. Like you could feel it wasn't hard, and so I felt like something was off. I was like, there's no reason he should be up the front and not pushing a 56.
Why take it if you're not?
Why take it if you're not going to do something good with it? And
thanks so much for sitting down with us. You've got you didn't bring the gold medal because your medal ceremony is still coming, but
it's going to be a frosty one, I think.
Yeah.
No, he shook my hand. Like he was the one that like kind of preempted that. Like I didn't know what was going on. I was kind of starting a bit of beef, to be honest, behind the scenes. It was pretty funny. I arrived first on time, only one on time classic, because obviously I was pretty pumped. And I had then Nordas arrived, and Nordas is like a super nice guy, just an excitable guy, And we're just waiting on Jakob, so we're sitting there, and time goes by so late, and the guy's like, "Oh, Nordas is there anyway? You can phone him and see where he is." And Nordas is like, "He ain't gonna take my call." Like he's like, "There's no way he answers my phone call." And obviously the whole time I'm like, Nordas, like, what happened? Like, what's been going on? I'm just like trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, "Oh, ever since I've been coached by his dad, like, things have been pretty frosty." I was like, all right. And then Jakob just arrives, and between me and Nordas, he probably likes me a bit more, so he was chatting to me. And I was just like, "So you guys don't get along, huh?" Yeah, it was pretty funny, but they shook each other's hands as well, and on the podium, and it was a good day. I'm just trying to have a bit of fun with it, but yeah, there was they were going to be racing again in the 5K tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes.
Look at his eyes. They're a little glassy. And he has told us all that he's not feeling 100%. He knew within the first 500 or 600 meters, he said, of that 1500 final, that there was no gas in the tank.
Kerr is kicking so hard, but has he gone too soon? And now we see Jakob Ingebrigtsen responding.
And Jomif Kajalcha is coming around the outside. Kropp's trying to rally. Is this the payback and the redemption moment for Jakob Ingebrigtsen? He was denied in the 1500. Is he going to say no way? Or has Mo Kerr got enough? Ingebrigtsen, Kerr, Ingebrigtsen's going to defend his world title. He gets that redemption. Back-to-back world championships for Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Well, if he's still not feeling well, that was miraculous.
Absolutely.
Well done, Mo Kerr of Spain.
Well, Jakob, can you explain to us how you went from the disappointment at the 1500 to come back and win this 5000?
Of course, it's a huge relief. I felt horrible in my warm-up, and my body's just been trying to getting back from the virus instead of maybe recovering from the races itself. I really had to be patient and do my final kick almost on the finish line. So it worked out, but of course it's a little bit bittersweet. A great victory, a great achievement, but I'm not happy to be in this situation. I hope to never experience this in the future.
Incredible finish. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The most important thing is to try to be fit when it really matters.
Would it be a big deal for you to try and race Josh Kerr again to try and get some revenge?
No.
Are you surprised that
he was just the next guy. So it's like if I hadn't run in the final, he would probably have won. That's how I see the race. Obviously, if you stumble and fall, someone is gonna win the race. He was just the next guy.
Were you surprised the Ethiopians didn't push the pace today a little bit?
Question for Josh. After Jakob Ingebrigtsen won the 5,000, he made some comments. He referred to you as just the next guy up, and saying he wasn't 100% healthy. I'm just curious if you heard those and what you think of them, what your response is.
You say you say the next guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know he wanted that 1500 title, and you know that 5K field seemed to not realize he'd ran 3 rounds and kind of wanted to make it slow for some reason. But you know, he can be disrespectful to me. That's fine. I still have the World Championship gold medal, and I'm going to be a world champion for the next 2 years, regardless of his comments. Obviously, don't love disrespectful comments, and you know I've worked hard to get into this position, and I beat him on the day. But you know, if that's the kind of route he wants to go down, that's fine with me. I'm kind of unbothered by it. Where Ingebrigtsen has his negative feelings from that big performance last year from Jake Wyman. All I'm thinking is he's starting to stretch, and I'm not even at my top year yet. It's time to start going, baby. 200 meters to go. That's what we're going for. It doesn't matter lane 2, lane 3. I don't care what lane I'm in right now. I'm just going to push as hard as I can, because guess what? I've been dreaming about this moment for my whole life. Oh my God, I can't believe that there's no fire coming off those spikes. The speed of the kid right now. 25 meters to go. Have a little quick look up through the Oakley glasses into the crowd. Dip, done, gone. Thank you very much, the World 1500 meter champion. Let's go.
I'm Grant Holloway. I'm Noah Lyles.
I'm Katie Moon.
And we're playing red flag, green flag.
Green flag. Very smart, I think.
If you get money for it, red flag. If you did it by yourself, green flag.
Paris is the next big opportunity for the next big stage. How much are you looking forward to that?
A lot, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to every competition. This is why I'm in this sport, is to compete. I'm not here to save myself for the bigger events.
No Diamond League final? No Diamond League final for me. It was a shame. I was really excited about it and had my eyes set on it before Worlds, and you know I didn't race anything after Tokyo, and it was a plan to be able to race after World Champs.
I'm gonna be here in every race, in every championship, in everything, and I'm gonna try to win as much as possible. And that's why I'm here. There's a big difference between, you know, athlete to athlete, but for me it's all about the competition.
I'm not win at all costs. I've never been win at all costs. For me, it's like I know I'm going to lose at some point, and through this journey of becoming a world champion or an Olympic champion, whatever, and I'm going to lose gracefully. And I think that's something that he hasn't quite grasped yet. I ran a fantastic semi-final, and he ran a terrible semi-final, but he knew that. I just think he's a very big attention seeker, and so I don't want to come in rank number 2 or 3. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to run quick, and I'm going to make sure that, you know, I want the attention, really, don't I? So you know, that's kind of what motivates me to make sure I'm up there number 1.
He felt
you know, he had to do something to kind of switch the attention back on him, and you know, he's claiming that he was ill before the semi-final, whatever. But you know, I just feel like at that point he was just looking for attention. The same thing he did it. I think in the 5K heats after Wyman beat him last year, and it's just like it just shows like he needs to be talked about. He needs to do this, that, but I don't really care. I think there's always going to be a barrier between us, and it doesn't matter if you know we're best friends or not. Like I have a respect for how difficult his job is, and I don't think he thinks of anyone but himself, but I think he should have a massive respect to what I've just done, but he doesn't show that outwardly. And I think that's where that barrier is mostly for me.
You know, he runs with pacemakers all year, and in the one race he doesn't. He's you know, he's not as strong. You know, he's easy to beat, I guess.
Yeah, I do think people will start realizing that a little bit now, but I don't think he will, because the ego is pretty high on this one. But I do, you know, he was pacemaked in 2021 for his Olympic gold medal by Chariot.
Exactly.
So it's like, if you really look at it, he doesn't win a lot of non-pace races. I would love for him to be listening to this. There was a question asked to him earlier on in the season of like, are you worried about the World Championship not having a pacer and all this stuff? And I think his answer was,
I'm pacing every race. When the pacemakers drop out, I'm the pacemaker. So every race is a practice.
When the pacer drops out, I'm the pacemaker. And I was like, oh, you have no idea. Like you're you know, you've won so many races, you've ran fantastic all season, that you're just on this, you must be surrounded by so many yes men that you don't realize that you have weaknesses. And I think that was part of his downfall, is like, if he doesn't realize that he's got some real major weaknesses, then he will not win the 1500 meter gold medal next year. And, you know, I'm okay with that.
What's it like to have a rival like Jakob?
I think he brings a lot of eyes onto the sport. He's kind of like the figure of, 1500 meter running in terms of running fast and, in all these diamond leagues and stuff like that. And so it's an interesting dynamic. I think everyone has a different dynamic with him. He highly dislikes me, I think. So that's always, I enjoy it. I think, I truly believe I'm better on one single day than he is.
Yeah.
When the lights are on and the pressure's on, I'm just a better athlete.
Yeah.
And so that's always how I feel. I feel like I'm the best athlete in the world on the day. And I've ran a season best or personal best in the final of every major championships I've been in. And that's going to continue. And so, if people want to go after fast times and have a really long season, then, they can do that. But come the Olympic final, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be a real problem.
Question for Josh. I'm Norwegian media, so the question is about Jakob Ingebrigtsen, who is not here. He recently stated in an interview that he could have beaten you blindfolded, and I'm wondering how you feel about that statement, and how do you feel about him not being here?
Choose your words wisely. I'm telling you, that two statement, look, it gets you out of everything.
No comment.
Kerr is being driven round the bend by 5,000 Brits. They're on their feet. It's a standing ovation for the outstanding performance. The world champion over 1500.